Sugar-free sprinkles, a bunny shape. I'm gonna be dreaming of these. Today we are diving into the sugar-free, vegan, keto sprinkles just in time for Easter. For these sugar-free sprinkles, the first thing we need to do is make powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is called for in so many things, glazes, frostings, and we are gonna make a big old container to have on hand. All you need is allulose and cornstarch and a high-speed blender. It's the simplest recipe. I think if you've been watching, you know how I feel about RX sugar allulose. RX sugar allulose is a rare sugar. Tastes and behaves like sugar, just doesn't spike your blood sugar. Recently, I was watching a friend of mine, Chef Lance, who is an amazing savory chef. He was using the Pampered Chef cooking blender. I think I bought the blender even before he finished his segment. Now, nothing brings me more joy than sprinkles. I am actually a child trapped in an adult body. I'm Jody Finer Dennis. I'm a food photographer, healthy confectioner, healthy baker, driven entrepreneur. You know, it sucked when I thought I couldn't have a cookie or a cupcake or a piece of cake. If you're a parent struggling with Easter because there's so much candy, don't despair. What really brings me joy is bunny-shaped sprinkles. Now, the sprinkles we're making today really need to be made one day in advance because they take a little bit of time to dry. Now the fun part. Powdered RX sugar allulose, a tablespoon of light, non-GMO, organic corn syrup. And we're just gonna give that a little bit of a mix. We're just gonna look for the consistency. Right now, that's more like a paste. And we're looking for something that's pipeable. So I'm going to add more water and a little bit more corn syrup. Just a little bit at a time, just like half a tablespoon at a time. So for sprinkles, we're actually making royal icing. Royal icing has a few consistencies. You want it to be what's called flood, where it floods onto the cookie, and then also a thick consistency where it can pipe. A little drop goes a long way. You do want the color to be a little more saturated or a little deeper because when the sprinkles dry, they will dry lighter. So even though that's a pretty pink, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't move on the edge. I've got this little squeegee. You can use whatever you have. And I'm just going to gently pull the color over the little baby bunnies. I'm not really scraping. I'm just kind of pulling gently. That is so cute. And then you just leave those to dry. To fill up a piping bag, put it in a glass. So you don't need a lot. And we're gonna cut a little teeny hole at the bottom. You just wanna lift. Basically, you're about a ½ an inch away from the parchment paper, and you're just getting a nice rhythm. I have a really light pressure. This is the perfect thing to do to practice your piping skills. You're going to be able to go to your family's Easter gathering armed with the most delicious treats, and they will all want them. Thank you so much for watching Jody's Healthy Bakes. If you're on a healing journey, I am here for you, and actually with you.
Give a little bit of loving, just a little bit the real thing.